Let's get into it, man. We're putting 15 Shaqs on one team because he's big, black, and good at basketball. We're trying to go 82-0 and win a chip. Obviously, we're in the Kobe era for this. There's no Kobe on this Lakers team. We got Shaq running the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Shooting may be a problem for Big Chocolate, and from a look at his attributes, he's gonna suck at handling balls, but that didn't stop 2K from putting us #1 in the power rankings. We're gonna hop into our first game against San Antonio, and this is a team that had Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and David Robinson. So if we have any deficiencies, it's gonna be made obvious in this game. Tony Parker driving in on Shaq. He's gonna get up and he's gonna score. Wasn't expecting that. Oh God, he's dribbling the ball. Our pace of play is definitely gonna be the slowest in the league. Oh God, that's gonna be a forced mid-range. This is gonna be bad. We simulated the rest of this game though, and with 41 seconds to go, we were up by 26 points. It's safe to say this Shaq is absolutely dominating the league. If he's going to be putting in spin cycles like this, we're going to win a ton of games. We had a well-balanced scoring attack from every single Shaq, and it was time to simulate the rest of the first season. We were able to make it through the first couple months without any L's. We had 4 Shaqs on the All-Star team, and things were going great, but then March 7th happened. We lost to the Timberwolves 114-113, and this Timberwolves team had Kevin Garnett on it. But here lies the problem with our team. As you guys can see right here, we were 0 for 0 from the three-point line. I know we have a bunch of W's, but I'm not sure that's going to be sustainable through the playoffs. But regardless, we made it to the end of the season with Tim Duncan winning MVP, Yao Ming's winning Rookie of the Year, Ben Wallace Defensive Player of the Year. Man, this just was a golden era of basketball. We had one Shaq make All-NBA first team. He was our most solid player, averaging 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. And we also had a Shaq make All-NBA second team. Weirdly though, it actually looks like he had the better season. He had 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists on 57% shooting. We did end up finishing with a record of 81-1, so close to 82-0. Obviously, that got us the #1 seed. Tracy McGrady led the league in scoring with 29.8 points per game. Ben Wallace led the league in rebounding at 18, with Tim Duncan right behind him at 15. And then, of course, Jason Kidd led the league in assists with 10.8, but you had White Chocolate Jason Williams right behind him at 10.7. We would be taking on the Sacramento Kings in the first round. Man, this Kings team was fun. Mike, Bibby, Doug, Christie, Peja Stojakovic, Turkoglu, Vlade Divac. There were just no matches. We swept through that series easily 4-0. We would then be taking on the Phoenix Suns. This team had Stephon Marbury, Joe Johnson, Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire, and Old Penny Hardaway. But again, we went in and simulated this one game by game, and they were just no matches. We had an easy sweep again. We then ended up taking on the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. Everything's coming full circle. This is the team that we played in the very first game of the season. Manu Ginobili with a sick middle part. But once again, we simulated this one, and it was more of the same as Shaquille O'Neal just dominated. They're currently 12-0 in the NBA playoffs right now. We have 2 Shaqs averaging over 20 points a game and 2 more averaging over 15 a game. And I guess my worries about our shooting ability didn't matter at all. We would be taking on the New Jersey Nets in the NBA Finals. This team had Jason Kidd, Kerry Kittles, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, bald ass. It's just going to be rough for any team to beat this many Shaqs. The amount of dick on this team is crazy. In the closeout game of the series, though, we found ourselves up 14 points early in the 4th quarter. Shaq pushing the ball as a transition ball handler. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Shaq putting on the dribble moves. He's going to have to shoot a tough shot right here. He's going to pass it to himself, and he's going to shoot a pull-up jump shot clock violation. Every possession we've actually watched hasn't gone well. But clearly it doesn't matter as Shaq obviously wins the title. And if you think this season was fun, you are in for another thing. In this season, we got a 40-year-old Michael Jordan on the Denver Nuggets. Rookie LeBron James goes to the Memphis Grizzlies, and he'll be teaming up with Pau Gasol. And a few of our Shaqs are actually on different teams now. The Utah Jazz have a Shaquille O'Neal along with a rookie Dwayne Wade. Indiana Pacers have a Shaq. Shit, even the Washington Wizards have one. Surely this is going to shake up a lot of what happens this year. Well, we didn't go 82-0 again this year, but we did have one of our Shaqs win Most Valuable Player, averaging 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. That actually seems like an underwhelming MVP line. But LeBron James was Rookie of the Year, averaging 22, 6, and 7. Ben Wallace still giving out great D. There was a Shaquille O'Neal on all 3 of the All-NBA teams here. Once again, T-Mac leads the league in scoring at 32 points, but Shaq of the Pacers was right behind him at 27. The Lakers got the 1 seed again, this time with a record of 75-7, and they averaged 120 points per game, which was by far the most in the league. Apparently, shooting doesn't mean as much as I thought it does in 2K. Anyways, we went ahead and simulated the playoffs once again, and we swept our way to a championship. Never mind, we didn't sweep it. I guess we won in 6 games against the Heat. This Heat team had an interesting roster. They actually had Carmelo Anthony and a Shaquille O'Neal. But again, we just got way too much dick. And this next season got even more interesting. We continued to lose more Shaquille O'Neals, which means our chances of going 82-0 were slimming. But that meant there were a lot more Shaqs to go around for the rest of the league. If you care at all, LeBron's already up to an 89 overall. Yeah, we definitely aren't going 82-0 again this year. The second year LeBron James is already winning MVP. We had a Shaq win 6th Man of the Year. That's interesting. Also had a Shaq win Defensive Player of the Year, but this one played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Damn, this one was dominant. 26 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. For the 3rd season in a row in this simulation, Tracy McGrady leads the league in scoring at 30 points per game. We had multiple Shaqs near the top of the rebounding category. This season, we had a Lakers and Pistons NBA Finals. And oh my God, this Pistons roster is loaded. Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Kevin Garnett, Pau Gasol, Ben Wallace. The Pistons actually beat the Lakers with Shaq in the finals in real life. So let's see if it's going to happen here as Kevin Garnett setting the screen for Chauncey Billups. He's going to drive to the basket, pass it to KG, who's going to get an easy reverse dunk. Shaq going to try and answer right here, but they're sending the double team, and that's going to be a steal for the Detroit Pistons, who are in transition with a 2-on-1 fast break. Richard Hamilton's going to shoot a mid-range jump shot, but it misses. This is chaotic. Late in the fourth quarter, Shaquille O'Neal is at the free throw line to try and ice the game. Let's see if he's going to make this one. Oh my God, he actually made it. What the fuck? That would end up leading to Shaq and the Lakers' third straight title in this simulation. Damn, that's a big dick. I mean, trophy. 3 straight titles in 3 straight years. Now we're into some interesting stuff because we're down to just one Shaquille O'Neal left on this roster. He's a 99 overall, so that helps, but clearly the rest of the league is definitely catching up. The highest rated player in the league besides Shaq is Kevin Garnett of the Pistons, and as you guys can see here, the Lakers are suffering miserably now. They didn't even make the playoffs as they finished with a record below 500, while Gilbert Arenas is winning most valuable player for the Clippers. I guess he left the gat at home. Chris Paul wins Rookie of the Year for the Sonics, Lamar Odom wins 6th Man of the Year for the Celtics, and Shaq still winning Defensive Player of the Year for the Lakers. Holy fuck, he averaged 37, 15, and 4. Like I said, though, it doesn't really matter because they didn't make the playoffs, but he did lead the league in scoring if that's any consolation, with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade right behind him, both at 30 points per game. We just went ahead and simulated the entire playoffs very quickly here. And the LA Clippers ended up winning the championship. Yeah, fucking right. Gilbert Arenas though wins Finals MVP, averaging 22, 4, and 11. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to bring our Shaquille O'Neal experience to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I just want to say thank you so much for the support on the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'm becoming attraction.